My name is Joesph. I am from California, San Diego. Life before knowing Jesus was pretty tough for me. I was in a dark place. I was alone, and I never had anybody to talk with. I'm adopted, and my whole life I felt like my real parents, they abandoned me because they didn't want me, or like I wasn't enough for them. I always grew up feeling that type of way, and for so long I've had that shame in myself. Even like getting to know like my parents that adopted me, I didn't open up to them. I didn't open up to nobody. I was to myself and only to myself. Freshman year, I started playing football, just kind of to release my anger, to get away from the house. When I was at football practice, when I was at games, I would just feel like I could be a little bit of myself and I wouldn't have to deal with anything at home. That was my distraction. I always thought my life was my life, so I can do whatever I want and no one can tell me no different. I didn't get the best grades. I didn't have the best behavior. I just kept messing up. Sophomore year, I had first started track, to get out the house more, so I didn't have to be home. I met Josh. I can't really explain it. It's just that he was just so much like different. Like he had something in him. The mood around him was just like very, happy and outgoing. And for some reason, one day I just asked him, can you take me to church? From there on, he took me to church every Sunday, and he's been like my biggest role model. He helped me out of the dark place that I was in, and he was kind of like the first person I opened up to. That's when I felt like a little bit of love, and as I started like learning about what God has done for us and the sacrifice that he made, I felt even more loved. That's when I started getting into crew. During that time, I was just like I just went to the meetings, I did Bible studies. There was so much people around me that like went through like some hard experiences just like me. Not the same, but just as hard. It was like very heartwarming to me how they all are like me and they all have struggles, and I realized that there's a whole community out there that can support you, and it made me feel really good about myself. At that time, I didn't know much about God, but I knew some parts, and I was asked to be a leader. I don't know what Josh saw in me, but I had this feeling where if I was the leader, I would have to be like as best as I can be. I have to know everything about God. But the fact is that, we're all learning together. Me personally, I learn something new every day. So I started doing these meetings at our school, and I was leading them. Me and Josh, he would text me, or sometimes we'll meet up and he'll walk me through it. He'll give me some suggestions on what to talk about. That really pushed my relationship with God further. I realized that you can never know too much about him. Now that I put my faith in Jesus, I want to be able to teach people about what I've learned these past 2 years and my journey, because it's not always a smooth start. And I feel like even if you have this bumpy, dark place that you're in, there's still hope for you on the other side. I want to teach other kids to be the exact same way, because I know the impact that it had on my life, and I see the impact that it has on others, and it's never too late to put your faith in Jesus.